Skilled UFC competitors receive significant worldwide recognition. Numerous world-class fighters have clashed and been awarded based on their abilities. However, there will always be UFC fighters who have underappreciated striking abilities because they haven't been given sufficient opportunities. Let's take a look at the most underrated UFC fighters of all time. First up, we have Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's remarkable career began in 2008. 3 years later, he entered the UFC in 2011, where he quickly established a dazzling 9-0 record. This is all while defeating some of the sport's most renowned figures, including Anderson Silva. He defeated Silva first in 2013 to capture the UFC middleweight championship. Silva was on a 16-fight winning streak and had been the champion for over 7 years, but you'll be surprised to know that Chris Weidman prevented him from extending his winning streak. He then retained his championship against Silva in his next match and 2 more title defenses against Lyoto Machida and Vitor Belfort. Guess what? He lost to Luke Rockhold in December 2015. He has not received the praise he deserves despite having the title belt on 4 occasions and successfully defending it 3 times. Due to his lack of fan and media support, he will be remembered as one of the most underappreciated UFC fighters. At the same time, he is now ranked number 13 in the UFC middleweight rankings as of October 4th, 2021. You won't believe, but his 3 fight of the night, 2 knockout of the night, and 1 submission of the night, and 1 performance of the night honors haven't changed his underappreciated standing. Next up is Dominick Cruz. As of September 27th, 2021, the American MMA fighter participated in the UFC's bantamweight division, having previously held the World Extreme Cage Fighting bantamweight title. He is currently ranked number 10 in the UFC bantamweight rankings. Dominick Cruz won the UFC bantamweight championship for the first time in 2010 and successfully defended the championship in 2011. Sounds impressive, right? Well, sadly, after being sidelined by injuries in 2012, he failed to retain the belt in 2014. However, January 17, 2016, he miraculously defeated TJ Dillashaw through a split decision to claim the bantamweight championship and subsequently defend it once more. While many consider his return to the bantamweight championship the most remarkable comeback in MMA history, he is also gratified to be considered one of the best MMA fighters of all time in each weight class. He has only lost 3 fights in his 26 battles, defeating legends such as Uriah Faber, Demetrius Johnson, and TJ Dillashaw. He has received 3 Fight of the Night and 1 Performance of the Night awards during his incredible career. At the same time, he's been neglected by some new fans due to injuries and defeats in 2 of his 3 most recent bouts against Cody Garbrandt and Henry Cejudo. Now we have Clay Guida. Clay Guida has participated in the UFC's lightweight division. His endless energy and enthusiasm make it tough to look away from him during bouts. The American MMA fighter has proven to be one of the most entertaining fighters in UFC history. His superb fighting style is characterized by continual forward movement and a persistent takeover, scrambling, and hammering away efforts. He has competed for many companies, including Strikeforce, the WEC, King of the Cage, and Shuto, since becoming pro in 2003. He was the inaugural Strikeforce lightweight champion. Despite having a career record of 36 wins and 21 losses, 6 Fight of the Night and 3 Submission of the Night awards, as well as being inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame class of 2019 for a fight against Diego Sanchez, he has not yet received the recognition that he so rightfully deserves. Despite his uncountable efforts, he is still referred to as one of the most underrated UFC fighters of all time. Next up, Rafael Assunção. Rafael Assunção competes in the UFC's bantamweight division and is regarded as one of the top fighters in the division. As of July 26, 2021, he's ranked number 11 in the bantamweight division of the UFC rankings. The Brazilian MMA fighter's historic career record of 27 victories and 8 losses stretches over 15 years, many promotions and weight classes. Apart from wins against Font, Lopez, Moraes, Sterling, Brian Caraway, and Pedro Munoz, Rafael Assunção has also won a decision over TJ Dillashaw in 2013. Unfortunately, he was beaten by a unanimous decision in their rematch in 2016 at UFC 200. He is widely regarded as one of the most underestimated UFC fighters of all time, despite winning 1 Fight of the Night award against TJ Dillashaw and 1 Performance of the Night award against Matthew Lopez. Perhaps this is due to the fact that he has won the vast majority of his fights by decision, with only 3 finishes to his credit. As a result, this would not be an awe-inspiring record for fans of the media who are eager to see how the competition ends. Despite his fighting ability, one of the primary reasons for his lack of attention and praise is that the bantamweight division is stacked with giants such as Dominick Cruz, Marlon Moraes, and TJ Dillashaw. Consequently, even though Assunção has put in a lot of effort and talent in order to improve his position, it's unfortunate that they have eclipsed him. Next, we have TJ Dillashaw. Tyler Jeffrey Dillashaw is an American mixed martial artist who fights in the UFC's bantamweight division and is a 2-time UFC bantamweight champion. While he is now ranked 2nd in the UFC bantamweight rankings as of September 20th, 2021, he has swiftly risen the ladder of success from his first days in the UFC. He rose to popularity after defeating Renan Barão morale in a historic battle in 2014 when he was the bantamweight division's reigning champion with a 32-bout win streak. He successfully defended his championship twice until Dominic Cruz won the belt in a split decision in 2016. Despite this, he was able to reclaim the championship in 2017 in a battle against Cody Garbrandt, and he went on to defend it one more time. He has defeated considerably tough opponents such as Joe Soto, Rafael Assunção, and John Lineker over his successful career, winning 3 Fight of the Night accolades and 5 Performance of the Night trophies. Despite all this, we feel sorry to announce that he is not well known among many people, which may be owing to the fact that he was suspended for 2 years. In reality, he was stripped of his title in 2019 after testing positive for erythropoietin, a prohibited substance, in the drug test for his UFC Flyweight Championship match opposite Henry Cejudo. Despite this, the 36-year-old fighter returned in 2021 and won in the bantamweight class against Corey Sandhagen after a 2-year absence. Next, we have Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic is a former 2-time UFC heavyweight champion and now fights in the UFC's heavyweight division. The American MMA fighter is often regarded as the best UFC heavyweight fighter of all time, and as of May 17, 2021, he is ranked number 2 in the UFC heavyweight rankings and 9th in the men's pound-for-pound rankings. Miocic won the heavyweight championship by knocking out Fabricio Verdum, and he went on to defend it 3 times during his first reign, defeating world-class heavyweights such as Alistair Overeem, Junior Dos Santos, and Francis Ngannou. Despite defeating him in their first match, Daniel Cormier made up for it by defeating him in their rematch and trilogy to maintain his championship and make one more title defense. However, he conceded his fight against Ngannou earlier this year, despite a strong desire to reclaim his reign. In his most recent defeat and his absence from trash talk and hoopla, he has been named to the list of most underestimated UFC fighters in 2021. This implies that he is underappreciated for his notable achievements in the promotion's hardest division. We're disappointed to know that such fantastic UFC fighters have not been given the same respect and acclaim as their peers. Lastly, Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is a former BAMMA welterweight champion and fights in the UFC's welterweight division. Many people do not realize how excellent Leon Edwards is, to the point that they believe he is not a top-level fighter, despite the fact that he is now ranked number 3 in the UFC welterweight rankings. He has swept the board in his remarkable career, defeating legends like Rafael Dos Anjos, Gunnar Nelson, Donald Cerrone, and others. It goes without saying that he has one of the quickest knockouts in UFC history, and he has only lost 2 bouts by decision in his UFC career, the first to Claudio Silva and the second to Kamaru Usman. Usman, who is a requisite member of the UFC's current champions, stated that Edwards is his toughest opponent because of his unshakable spirit. He hasn't lost a fight in the UFC since that setback. He has quietly and steadily worked his way up to the welterweight division. He might have fought for the championship by now if it hadn't been for the pandemic. Unfortunately, Leon Edwards had to withdraw from numerous fights after testing positive for COVID. It's unfortunate that these UFC fighters having striking abilities are not given the recognition they deserve. And that's a wrap for this video. Who do you think's the most underrated UFC fighter currently? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one.